Okay, so in this tutorial we're going to practice using our pen tool. And this is a really fun tool that is very powerful and lets you create virtually any shape that you can imagine. Curvy shapes and straight shapes, and for this tutorial we're going to be tracing out this A shape here. So hit the P key on your keyboard or come down here and select your pen tool, which is right here. And your cursor changes to this little nib pen shape. So this is my A layer, and I've created a new layer just to keep things neat and tidy. So you're going to click on the start of where you want your shape to start, right there. And you'll see not only does this little square dot come up, but new work path also shows up as a step in your history palette, excuse me. So we have our work path started. What you're going to do is you're going to go and click around each corner of your shape to create new anchor points. And an anchor point is like this here is an anchor point. An anchor point is an area on your path that you can use to change the shape of your path, whether it be add a curve, change the sharpness of the corner, etc. So you're going to see as I go around and click around the edge of this shape, new anchor points follow my mouse and connect to each other with a line. When I get to my end point, or sorry, my end point, which was my starting point, you'll see that the cursor changes from the regular pen shape to the pen shape with a circle, a closed circle around it. And that is what it looks like when you're about to close your path. Click on it and your path is now closed. It's now a closed shape. So I'm going to hide my A layer and you can see the path that we've created a little bit more clearly. So now we have to do something with this path somehow. You can add color, or you can add an outline or make a selection out of it. Just sort of depends what kind of project you're working on. For this tutorial we're going to fill this area with color. So I made sure that my new layer was selected. If I had my A layer selected, it would create the path in that layer, which would make it hard to separate it from my A shape that was already there. So make sure your new layer is selected if you have one, and right click with your mouse and drag down to fill path. It's going to pop up this dialog box and it's going to ask you what color you want your shape to be. You have options like foreground color, background color, and if you hit this option that says color with a triple with the 3 periods, it will pop up a dialog box and you'll be prompted to choose a color. So I'm going to choose foreground color. If I chose background color, it would be white that the path got filled with, because that's what the foreground color is in my color chooser here, and black is the foreground, white is the background. I know I'm confusing you guys. Foreground color, black, and hit OK. And you'll see that this whole shape gets filled with color. So now I'm done with this step, so I'm going to want to delete my path so I can keep on working. So you're going to right click again and drag down to delete path. And you'll see my anchor points go away, and I can now move my shape around the layer or whatever it is I'm going to do with it. So now I need to cut out this middle part, and we do that the exact same way that we made our previous path. So I'm going to select the pen tool again, and we're going to click around the edges of this white area, just like we did before. And you'll see again the cursor changes to the pen tool with a little closed circle around it before I close my path. And that's that. So now again we're gonna have to do something with our path in order for it to look like like this A. So I'm going to select my shape layer that I've been working on. You can see the path a little bit more clearly. So you're going to right click again and drag down to Make Selection and hit OK. And you'll see a scrolling marquee pops up around the shape of the path that we made. If you hit delete, it will essentially cut the shape of the path out that we've made. Now you can deselect by hitting Control D, or come up to the select menu in the file menu and drag down to deselect. And you'll see it has that little tooltip hint here, Control plus D. And there you have it. That is our basic A shape. You can see if I hide this shape, it's the exact same shape as our stencil layer. So that's how you use the pen tool to make geometric shapes. This was really easy because we didn't have to add any curves or anything like that. So you can open up Photoshop and practice what we went over here, or you can go onto our next tutorial in which we'll be making a slightly more complex curvy shape.